Robert Pattinson is a hothead in Good Time. And a new documentary shows the restoration of the shrine in Jerusalem's Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Good Time, 2017, on iTunes and Amazon. Yes, that's Robert Pattinson, once upon a time the Twilight heartthrob, behind the greasy blonde hair and pockmarks. No, it's not simply a good time. In the third feature from the brothers Josh and Benny Safdie, Mr. Pattinson plays Connie, a ruthless and amateurish small-time New York bank robber with a taste for violence. The film, scored by Daniel Lopatin, shows Connie's behavior to be destructive to anyone who comes into his orbit, including his girlfriend, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, Crystal, a teenage girl, and complicated love interest played by Talia Webster, and, clearly, his brother, Benny Safdie, who has an intellectual disability and whom Connie enlists for his not-quite Ocean's 11 type outings. The Safdies are as clever and crafty as Connie is inept and impulsive. A.O. Scott wrote in his review for the New York Times. The last post on Amazon. Aden, in Yemen, is so hot you could fry an egg on the hood of a car. That's according to an early scene of this military period drama, conceptualized and written by the Night of creator Peter Moffat and set in the 60s. The series, originally produced for BBC One, follows a group of Royal Military Police officers and their families on a British military base in Aden. Creep 2, 2017, on iTunes, Amazon, and Netflix. With a found-footage aesthetic, Patrick Brice's horror sequel stars Mark Duplass as a Craigslist serial killer with a midlife crisis. The Help, 2011, 6:30 p.m. on CMT. Octavia Spencer won an Oscar for her supporting role as Minnie, a black maid whose best friend, Abelian, Viola Davis, is the center of this film. It's set in early 60s Mississippi, and the story is told through the lens of a white journalist, Emma Stone, attempting to write about the experiences of the maids. In her review in The Times, Manala Dargis said that the film paints a tame portrait of racism, and praised Ms. Davis's performance, writing that she invests this cautious, at times bizarrely buoyant, movie with the gravity it frequently seems to want to shrug off. Secrets of Christ's Tomb, 10 p.m. on National Geographic. It's one of Christianity's holiest sites, but for years the shrine in Jerusalem's Church of the Holy Sepulchre was partially held up by an unsightly iron cage. A restoration completed earlier this year involved taking apart the shrine, which covers what many believe to have been the tomb of Jesus Christ before his resurrection. The project required the unlikely cooperation of the three religious communities that share the church: Greek Orthodox, Armenian Orthodox, and Roman Catholic, and cost about $3 million. This documentary shows the restoration process. Dr. Seuss' How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000, 9:20 p.m. on Disney. So Ron Howard's adaptation of the beloved Dr. Seuss story might have been a bit over the top. Our critic began his review with an ugh, but there's fun in its spectacle. Jim Carrey plays the infamously crotchety titular creature with the polar opposite of holiday cheer.